There was a fantastic chat. I believe it was Tuesday with one of our moderators. Her name is Yasmin. She is so chic. She is British from the UK. She's just like one of my favorite people. And she had a chat about gun reform or just the amount of guns in America. And I think the entire office kind of paused when one of her erupters mentioned that he actually worked at a gun store.
And a lot of times we've seen this probably 10 to 15 out of every 100 background checks are not completed by the state.
Like, we all need to hear, and this isn't like political jargon from a politician or a member of the NRA. This is like a regular dude who, has a gun, works at a gun store, and you understand why, because he grew up, in a very violent neighborhood.
So for me, I was in Long Beach as a kid. I was about 7 or 8 years old and was on the receiving end of a drive-by.
Of a what?
Drive-by shooting.
And some of the things that he discussed and talked about were things that I'd never heard before. Things in regards to background checks.
Yes.
The amount of guns that are in the world.
Hearing this for the first time, it's just like kind of opened my eyes to a lot of things. But one question that I do have, and this is like for you, whether or not it's personally you or just in the more general sense, when like things like mass shootings do occur, being on the end of being in the gun industry, like what's your natural response to that?
Also having experienced it or also know people in that.
So the thing that we always find with mass shootings, at least in my research that I've done, there's the two big things that we notice. There's always a sign. There's a lot of warning signs, often ignored. And another one is we need to make things a little bit less of a soft target.
So do you really think that it is impossible, if you were to have such strong restrictions, to have that it is impossible to not have this kind of gun violence that the US is experiencing?
It is a possibility. One of the things that is very much ignored when it comes to Australia is I have a lot of family there. Actually, there are more firearms now than there was before the buyback.
It was such a fascinating conversation. And that's what's so great about this platform, is that if you have a niche or if you have like a specific topic or interest in, and a lot of information about it, we want to hear from you. We want to hear, what mainstream media may be keeping from us in some ways. We want to hear both sides to the story. And that's why, we need everyone watching, like tell your friends, tell your family members to download the app, request to be a speaker so we can hear your point of view too, so we can have really interesting and groundbreaking conversations like we did on Tuesday with Yasmin and her guests.